There's nothing quite like a good crossover. The combination of characters from different franchises is not only a great opportunity to create new and exciting games, it's also a chance to introduce fans of one game to the fans of another. However, no crossover has ever connected fan bases as vastly different as Kingdom Hearts. Its combination of the worlds from Final Fantasy and Disney has caused it to become one of the most popular RPGs of the past 20 years. Today, we're going to see if that popularity is still deserved when I recomplete Kingdom Hearts. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of the Completionist New Game Plus, a show in which I'm recompleting the first 120 games from the original Completionist lineup. More on that in the description box down below. I can't believe I'm about to say it. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, and it's here. It's so close, we can all taste it and smell it. Those damn sea salt popsicles, we're here, baby. So, with that said, it's time for us to relook at the very first Kingdom Hearts, the one that started it all, the one that everyone loves, the one that made sense. So with that said, let's begin. When Kingdom Hearts first came out, I remember telling all of my friends in high school how great it was, and mostly they all had the same response. That sounds freaking stupid. Squaresoft, creators of the greatest JRPGs of all time, were going to make a game that took place in the world of Disney. How do you even come up with that? By chance, apparently. Shinji Hashimoto and Hironobu Sakaguchi were talking about Super Mario 64. They wanted to make a game with the same freedom of movement, but lamented the fact that the only characters popular enough to go up against Mario were Disney characters. Well, it's a good thing that Squaresoft and Disney worked in the same building at the time, because Hashimoto ran into a Disney executive getting into the elevator. He pitched the idea to them then and there, and the executive loved the idea. Soon afterward, Square and Disney Interactive began working on Kingdom Hearts. The story literally sounds like the premise of a romantic comedy. Kingdom Hearts, indeed. I've been wanting to recomplete the first Kingdom Hearts game for a long time now. I love the franchise and remember loving the original, but the many sequels and prequels have made the story incredibly convoluted and a major turnoff to new players. How can someone get into a series that has so much plot to catch up on? By going back to Kingdom Hearts 1, I want to see if the beginning of the franchise is still worth it for newcomers. Today, I'll be specifically completing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix off of the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix collection for PS4. Not only does this mean updated graphics and audio, but there will be a little bit more of everything. Yay. First, I'm going to beat the story because it wouldn't be a Squaresoft game without a crazy long story. And I'm going to do this on the hardest difficulty because it wouldn't be the Completionist if I didn't make it harder than it needed to be. Next, I'll have to collect every item in the game. This includes weapons and equipment for the main characters, key items that flesh out the story, and gathering materials to synthesize every item possible. This is going to lead to everyone's favorite part of an RPG, grinding for rare drops. Hooray. After that, I'm going to have to win every cup at the Coliseum and take on all of the extra and secret bosses. 3 of them were around in the original release, but there was an extra one added into the final mix. I loved fighting these last time, and I'm excited to take on this new challenge now. Finally, since this version is on the PS4, there will be trophies I'll have to collect. Some of these will require additional playthroughs that will truly test my mettle as a Keyblade Master, including a no upgrade or change out run. But you know what? I'm not worried about it that much. From what I remember, completing Kingdom Hearts was no harder than completing any other JRPG. I love Kingdom Hearts, and no matter what trials and tribulations may occur down the line, I don't think that's going to change at all on this journey. In fact, I think completing this game is going to be a labor of love. Aww. When I first completed Kingdom Hearts, I focused on how weird the concept was and how the game was fun, but I never really went into detail about why I felt the way that I did or talked about what things I may not have liked. Today, that's gonna change. Kingdom Hearts perfectly combines the epic scale of a Final Fantasy game with the charm and nostalgia associated with Disney. I was smiling almost the entire time I was playing the game on Super Beard Brothers. But whether that was the game or playing with Alex and Chris, I'll never know. Actually, now that I think about it, it's definitely the game. Absolutely the game. Kingdom Hearts tells the story of Sora, a young boy who lives on the Destiny Islands, along with his friends Kairi and Riku. No, not the cheerful sexy one, the angsty sexy one. There we go, thank you. Sora, Kairi, and Riku want nothing more than to go into an adventure and discover new worlds, and so they begin gathering supplies. However, their preparation is cut short when their world is attacked and destroyed by the Heartless, dark, shadowy creatures who are constantly in search of a heart to replace the ones they lost. Sora is unable to defend himself until he is chosen by the Keyblade, a weapon combining the combative strength of blades with the unlocking and locking power of keys. Unfortunately, the Destiny Islands are still destroyed, and Sora finds himself in Traverse Town with the new goal of finding his friends. This is an amazing way to set up a main character to a game. We get to experience Sora's personality through his interactions with friends on the island. We learn what Sora wants, and get to see him experience an incredible loss. This is classic Final Fantasy style character building. But where's the Disney? Well, Court Wizard Donald and Captain of the Royal Guard Goofy discover a note left by King Mickey. He is left to battle the Heartless and orders Donald and Goofy to find the key that will defend the universe from encroaching darkness. They set off to Traverse Town and soon meet Sora. They all soon realize that their goals actually go hand in hand, and they team up, traveling to different worlds to defend against the encroaching darkness and find Kairi and Riku. Whew! Okay, that is a lot of setup for a game where you get to travel through the worlds of Disney cartoons. But honestly, it works. I'm 100% invested in all three of our main characters. We get to spend all the time we want getting to know Sora, while we already know Donald and Goofy. I was immediately invested emotionally and ready to take on whatever the Heartless threw at me. And the same goes with each world. Each level was chosen based off the unique look they have, as well as their popularity of each Disney IP. You get to travel from the sands of Agrabah to the waves of Atlantica to the creepy streets of Halloween Town. Hell, you even get eaten by Monstro, a whale who's apparently the size of a freaking planet. Each world not only changes the scenery, but adds different allies and changes your appearances as well. Okay, so while you get to go to these different worlds, you can't let the locals know what you're up to, but you still meddle with the original plots of all of those movies. It's kind of like the combination of Star Trek's Prime Directive with Forrest Gump's ability to affect cultural icons. Each character is designed beautifully, whether they come from Disney, Final Fantasy game, or are completely original. Well, not completely original. I mean, look at Sora, then look at Scion Bazard from Square's first PS2 game, The Bouncer. Besides the blue shorts and giant Disney shoes, they look exactly the same. However, the coolest designs go to the Heartless. Every single detail, from their eyes to the way they move, makes them seem extra creepy. These are creatures I can literally see stealing a heart or two. Literally, not emotionally. My favorite part of the presentation when I first completed Kingdom Hearts was the sound design, and that remains true to today. Yoko Shimomura's score is iconic. I could listen to Destiny Islands and Traverse Town's themes all day long and never get bored. I remember loving the voice acting back in the day too, but with how far voice acting has come since 2003, I was worried that Kingdom Hearts wouldn't hold up. Fortunately, those fears were unfounded. Haley Joel Osment, Hayden Panettiere, and David Gallagher playing the roles of Sora, Kairi, and Riku respectively. They do a pretty amazing job. Add in a lot of the original voice actors from the Disney cartoons, and you have the best in the business. The amount of love and skill put into each and every detail of the presentation is evident. It made every part of this game a joy to explore and made me excited to see what worlds we're going to be seeing in Kingdom Hearts 3. In fact, I have a pitch ready right now. Are you ready? Hear me out. All right, so you know how in Kingdom Hearts 2, Squaresoft or Square Enix started to dip into the live action properties of Disney, like with Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron? Well, what if we went a little bit further back into Disney's pantheon of stuff and went to the world of, wait for it, Mary Poppins?
That's dumb!
No, it's not. Think about it. It's an exciting, magical world that can combine the nostalgia of the original film and the success of the new film. There's a lot of opportunity here, Brett.
But there's no fighting in Mary Poppins. It's just singing and dancing.
So there wasn't any fighting in The Little Mermaid. They made that freaking work.
No, it didn't work. Nobody likes The Little Mermaid in Kingdom Hearts.
Well, speaking of combat, Kingdom Hearts takes a more action RPG approach. You control Sora personally, while Donald, Goofy, and or whatever ally you choose make their own decisions. You can control basic aspects of their AI, but at the end of the day, they do whatever the hell they want. Freaking Donald is so selfish, he uses all of your items all the time. As Sora, you get to run around the environment, platforming and fighting enemies by either whacking them with your Keyblade or using magic. Now, one of the biggest complaints about the first Kingdom Hearts is how hard it is to control the camera. I didn't have that much of an issue when I first played it, and I still don't. The combat is always fast-paced and chaotic and a ton of fun, having you battle Heartless and even Disney villains as bosses. This is especially fun when you travel to the Olympus Coliseum and take on the different challenges known as the Cups. While they seem easy at first, they quickly ramp up in difficulty, having you take on Hercules, Hades, the Rock Titan, and even Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. However, the hardest battles in the game are in fact the 4 secret bosses. While they're all great, 2 of them have remained my favorites from when I first completed them. The first is Kurtzisa, a 6-armed beast that is named after someone who won a contest to have their name added to the game. Way to go, Kurt. This thing has multiple swords and looks like a giant robot, so, you know, gotta have some love for the robots. The second is the coolest piece of fan service in a game that's almost all about fan service. You all know him, you all hate him, you all love him, Sephiroth. Sephiroth is by far the hardest boss in the game, but it's so goddamn satisfying to beat him. You truly feel like a Keyblade master. New to the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts is a boss that is no joke. The hooded figure, or better known as Xemnas to the world of Kingdom Hearts, is a scary fight that will get you to the deep down embodiment of your core. But you know what? I love this fight. It's difficult, but with the right build, it's a challenge at best. Your Keyblade is not the only way to fight the Heartless, though. You can also use a spaceship, and when you travel, you get to engage in intergalactic dogfights. In all honesty, the Gummi ship sections of the game are kind of fun, and they do help keep the game from getting stale, but overall, the game could just do without them. Not to mention the fact that you have to murder all of these guys to get their blueprints. Blueprints are basically the map that you can use to basically rebuild any ship in the game that you want. So instead of having your basic Gummi ship, you can be any of the blueprints that you get. With regards to Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 1 incorporates brand new Gummi Missions, which at first are somewhat fun. However, there are so many of these missions that it just becomes a repetitive slog, as if the gummies weren't already, and they start to snowball more and more, and are in fact required because you need the Gummi blueprints for a trophy. You're gonna spend a lot of time doing this one, folks. Your Keyblade is upgradable by obtaining keychains. Attaching these not only improve the stats of the Keyblade, but completely change its appearance based on the world you receive them in. Donald and Goofy have access to better weapons as well. These are obtained through purchasing them at the shops. Or for the best of items, synthesizing. Synthesizing is the process of combining different materials in the game to create healing items, equipment, and most importantly, unlocking the Ultima Keyblade, the strongest Keyblade in the game. These require a lot of rare drops from enemies, so there will be a lot of grinding to do here. But the fast-paced combat is a ton of fun, so it's not that bad. Now, something that really blew me away while playing Final Mix was the inclusion of not only more items and materials for synthesizing, but the fact that there are now brand new enemy variants that are somewhat challenging to fight. More importantly, some of them have really weird win conditions, let alone are very hard to get to spawn. This is a very welcome addition for someone who is a veteran to the series. But man, oh man, by the time you are synthesized farming, whew, you'll be very tired. However, the most important collectible in the game has got to be the Ansem Reports. After beating certain bosses, you can unlock the Ansem Reports, which give you some background about what the hell was going on in the story of the game. While it's supposed to add depth to the Kingdom Hearts universe, sometimes it just makes things more confusing. On top of that, you also have to rescue the 99 puppies from 101 Dalmatians. Yes, you heard that right, 99 puppies. But most of these come in sets of 3, so you're fine. Now, I barely mentioned this in the original video, but I feel like the Dalmatians are worth addressing. This honestly feels like the most tacked on part of the entire game. While the last part may be the most irritating, the hardest challenges come with the trophies. Most trophies are completed by standard play or by doing my usual completionist thing, but there are 3 trophies that each require an additional playthrough. I was worried that this was something that was going to ruin the whole experience for me. It's enough of a challenge to make it interesting and only adds another 12 hours instead of 30 to 45 hours. 100% worth it and tons of fun. Kingdom Hearts looks great, sounds great, and feels great to play. Even with the additional content added to the Final Mix version, it never truly felt overwhelming. In fact, I wouldn't mind popping this game in to play it again.
Would you get off the Mary Poppins thing?
What are you talking about? No.
She can't fight. right. She doesn't do that.
Brett, it would be sick. Hear me on this, okay? You can team up with Bert, you can chill with the animals, and you can fight chimney-based heartless that look like chimney sweeps. It'd be sick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what I'm talking about. In Kingdom Hearts, Squaresoft treats completionists right. Every single task offers quick rewards, including new weapons, new abilities, and improved magic. Square even goes the extra mile and gives you something for doing every single thing in the game. If you've gotten every collectible, once you beat the game and sit through all of the credits, a bonus cutscene will appear. It shows a hooded figure dual-wielding keyblades, hundreds of Heartless we haven't even seen before, someone who looks like Riku, and finally, Sora flying over the ocean. What does this all mean? Well, if you've played Kingdom Hearts 2, then you already know by now, but at this time, this was game-changing. This all looked badass, and Kingdom Hearts 2 couldn't have come soon enough. There is a lot to do in Kingdom Hearts, and it can seem overwhelming. But if you go through the game with your heart open and ready to experience every moment the game has to offer, Kingdom Hearts is a pure joy. When I completed Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, there were 44 deaths, 43 weapons acquired, 13 Ansem Reports discovered, 99 Dalmatian puppies recovered, 33 items synthesized, 56 trophies earned, 80 hours of total playtime, and 2 buddies hoping that Kingdom Hearts soon takes us to 17 Cherry Tree Lane. Look, I love Kingdom Hearts, and replaying it just reconfirmed that even more for me. Even with all the extra things to do and added playthroughs of the Final Mix version, it never felt like a chore at any given moment. And even with all the sequels and prequels adding crazy plot points and intense lore to the universe, I would absolutely recommend new players to seek out the 1.5 Remix Edition and play through as much as they can before they pick up Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm so excited that everyone can enjoy the best versions of Kingdom Hearts today on the PS4 and their Final Mix versions. I will say the new additions do add a lot of fun gameplay elements. I like the secret bosses. I love the extra enemies that you fight. Overall, it's a great cohesive package. The trophies, yeah, some of them are padded out and they do add some challenges, but in the end, Kingdom Hearts is still as awesome as I remembered. So, with that in mind, guys, I still give Kingdom Hearts my completionist rating of complete it. That's all time we have for today, guys, so please, as always, let me know what you think about today's episode somewhere on the internet. Our Patreon is the lifeblood of what we do here on the show. If you want to check it out, head over to patreon.com/thecompletionist. We have a podcast that's live, or should be live very, very soon, and we have a board game show. So come on, join the fun, exclusive content. It's tight, you're tight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week from the brand new episode. Bye!